Assalamu alaikum. We're going to do 3 pages from Surah Al-An'am, but I'll try and make it as usual under 20 minutes. I will read the Arabic and then I will read to you the translation. I will remind you that the last verse of this page is one of my favorite verses ever in the history of my reading Quran. And I'll stop here and let you know. Actually, this is half of that page. It's page 100, and it's the numbers again. 134, or is it 43? No, it's 100. You know, the numbers are backwards, and the pages go backwards. So let's just say we will end on verse 59. That I'm sure. I have an issue with numbers. I have an issue with technology. I have an issue with heights. How many issues do I have? It's best to let me sit in a chair, a lower chair, and read and speak. Not using anything even remotely resembling math or science or proper vision. Let's put it that way. So I guess I'm meant to sit here and, well, why not? I'll be next week. I'll be 78. My running around days are over. So I have been thinking a lot about current events and how dismal they seem. And then when you read Quran, it doesn't seem dismal anymore. So, as I said, at the end of this page is probably one of my top 3 verses in Quran. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم قل إني نهيت أن أعبد الذين تدعون من دون الله قل لا أتبع أهواءكم قد ضللت إذا وما أنا من المهتدين قل إني على بينة من ربه وكذبتم به ما عندي ما تستعجلون به إن الحكم إلا لله يقص عليك وهو خير الفاصلين قل لو أن عندي ما تستعجلون به لا قضي الأمر بيني وبينكم والله أعلم بالظالمين وعنده مفاتيح الغيب لا يعلمها إلا هو ويعلم ما في البر والبحر وما تسقط من ورقة إلا يعلمها ولا حبة في ظلمات الأرض ولا رطب ولا يابس إلا في كتاب مبين. That was the last verse. So just wait till it gets translated and then you'll see why it is my favorite. Now, 56. Say, indeed, I have been forbidden to worship those you invoke besides Allah. Say, I will not follow your desires. Then I would have gone astray, and I would not be of those who are guided. Say, indeed, I am on clear evidence from my Lord, and you have denied it. I do not have that for which you are impatient. Like they think we're going to, turn. One of these days we'll turn away from Islam. No. For that they are impatient. The decision is only for Allah. He relates the truth, and He is the best of deciders. Say, if I had that for which you are impatient, the matter would have been decided between me and you. But Allah is most knowing of the wrongdoers. And here comes that verse. And with Him are the keys of the unseen. None knows them except Him. and he knows what is on the land and in the sea. Not a leaf falls, but that he knows it. And no grain is there within the darkness of the earth, and no moist or dry thing, but that it is in a clear record. Now, why is this special for me? When I was in grad school, there was a guest who came to us, let's say, via Israel, Europe, whatever. And he was supposed to be, and I'm not going to mention his name because I don't want to do anything untoward. The person is passed. But he was a very famous historian and also was his wife. So we were all gathered in the main assembly hall, I guess you could call it, a couple of hundreds of grad students to welcome this most respected and honorable man. He was an Iraqi Jew. I don't like that word Jew. He's one of the wayward sons of the tribe of Israel who decided to disbelieve. I prefer that description. So he started, and there was a slideshow, and it was literally making fun of Egyptians, and he's speaking, saying, "Look, this is the big, strong Egypt, and look at their facial formation. This is what they all look like." He actually did this. That's why I won't say anything. I don't want to be who knows. And he made a picture of somebody with very curly black fuzzy hair and big buck teeth, and so he made fun of the look of the Egyptians. The Egyptian man, actually, it's who he didn't like. And then he proceeded to say, I don't know what can we do about this country, because really we've had 3 wars and we won them all, and that's not true. They won the first 2, but not the third. It was called truce for some sneaky reason, but that's not what we're dealing with now. He went on to deal with the last part of this verse. He said, after he dissed them about their physicality and their losses in the wars, he said, do you know that this religion that they believe in, this Islamic religion, how do you deal with people who have this kind of a mindset? I was not Muslim then. I'm just sitting there listening. He said, how do you cope with people who actually believe that Allah knows every leaf that falls from every tree in the universe? They really believe that. So how then can we expect to deal with them in the modern world? And I was sitting there before Islam and thinking, well, what's wrong with that? Because I really always believed in Allah, as you know. But in the Catholic school, they'd call him the G word, which I will not repeat now because it just hurts my heart so much that people actually are still so attached to the G word. And that's why I refuse to say the J word also. I don't like the J word because it's illegitimate. There's no actual linguistic proof for it. And I don't like the G word because it's taken over, it seems. Not all the world, but a good part of it. I like the A word. I like Allah. And that's the word I use. No matter where I sit or whom I'm speaking to, I say Allah, because that's what he called himself. And it would only be legitimate to call Allah the name he chose to let us learn. So that would be, yes, half the lesson. So you understand now where we're going with this one. Okay, so now we're turning the page in what I would say would be the opposite direction. And in the Mus'haf, it's page 135, and I will continue and read another full page and translate it. Actually, I should do another 2 pages. وهو الذي يتوفاكم بالليل ويعلم ما جرحتم بالنهار ثم يبعثكم فيه ليقضى أجل مسمى ثم إليه مرجعكم ثم ينبئكم بما كنتم تعملون وهو القاهر فوق عباده ويرسل عليكم حفظا حتى إذا جاء أحدكم الموت توفته رسلنا وهم لا يفرطون ثم ردوا إلى الله مولاهم الحق ألا له الحكم وهو أسرع الحاسبين قل من ينجيكم من ظلمات البر والبحر تدعونه تضرعا وخفيا لئن أنجانا من هذه لنكونن من الشاكرين. I'll stop here because I want to make some commentary on this because it's very beautiful. So we go now down to 64. There's so much to comment on this part. It's just amazing. It is he who takes your souls at night. You've heard this. Sleep is a small death, and sometimes Allah will return you back, and sometimes he won't. He knows what you have committed by day. Then he reviews you therein, that a specified term may be fulfilled. Then to him will be your return. Then he will inform you about what you used to do. So this is an important part of Aqidah. You know, what is sleep? I used to always ask questions about this because, you know, when I heard that sleep is a small death, and then I had to ask people, what exactly do you mean by that? And it's like you have an accounting every night, and then you get returned back, or you don't. And he is the subjugator over his servants, and he sends you, and he sends over you guardian angels, until when death comes to one of you, our messengers, meaning the angels of death, take him, and they do not fail in their duties. Now, in their duties is not written in Arabic. They more or less fill in words that they think you need. So that one was not very harmful. Sometimes I don't like it and I won't say it. Unless it's written in Arabic, I don't do it, but that one's pretty good for you. Then they are returned to Allah, their true Lord. Unquestionably, his is the judgment, and he is the exalted of accountants. So that's where we stopped, and now we will finish the page. قل من ينجيكم من ظلمات البر والبحر تدعونه تضرعا وخفية لئن أنجانا من هذه لنكونن من الشاكرين قل الله ينجيكم منها ومن كل كرب ثم أنتم تشركون قل هو القادر على أن يبعث عليكم عذابا من فوقكم أو من تحت أرجلكم أو يلبسهم شيعا ويذيق بعضكم ببعض يذيق بعضكم بأس بعض فانظر كيف نصرف الآيات لعلهم يفقهون وكذب به قولك وهو الحق قل لست عليكم بوكيل لكل نبع مستقر وسوف تعلمون وإذا رأيت الذين يخوضون في آياتنا فأعرض عنهم حتى يخوضوا في حديث غيري وإما ينسينك الشيطان فلا تقعد بعد ذكري مع القوم الظالمين. Oh, there's so much here to comment on. Oh, and we're already 15 minutes. I think we could get this, what my plan was the next page too, but no, I might make this 2 lessons. Okay. So, we will now start 63, verse 63. And end on 68. Say, who rescues you from the darkness of the land and sea when you call upon him, imploring and privately? So they put in the parentheses, imploring aloud and privately, although that's not in the original. If he should save us from this, we will certainly be among the thankful. Say, it is Allah who saves you from it and from every distress. Then you associate others with him. Say, he is the one able to send upon you affliction from above you or from beneath your feet, or to confuse you and make you into sects, S-E-C-T-S. And that's the word Shia, you see, that's the meaning of Shia, that you're not going to be on one straight path of the Prophet Muhammad. You will be split up into sects, S-E-C-T-S, and make you taste the violence of one another. Look how we diversify the signs, that they might understand. But you people have denied it, while it is the truth. Say, I am not over you, a manager. For every news is a finality, and you are going to know. And when you see those who engage in offensive discourse concerning our verses, then turn away from them until they go in the wrong directions again, until they enter into another conversation. And if Satan should cause you to forget, then do not remain after the reminder with the wrongdoing people. You see, that's huge, isn't it? If people are talking trash, get up and leave. Is that so precise? Just get up and leave. So your best bet would be, oh, there's that wrong euphemism. Don't say best bet. Your best course would be to sit with good people, and then you wouldn't have to do this. But often we are tricked, and our desires take over. And we might meet some new people and think they're fine, and they're pleasant, they're funny, they're attractive, they're your age, they're from your background, or perhaps you're traveling and they just seem so incredibly interesting, and you just want to stay. Well, Allah says, leave, don't stay, because Allah doesn't like that. Now, in the beginning, it's very difficult to determine should I leave or not, because you don't know much. And I remember my first year as a Muslim, when I married and was living married person, and the sheikh was a little bit wanting to warn me, like, you're going to go back every year, you're going to go back to your people, and you really should wear the hijab, because nobody pressured me at all. And I said, no, I don't really have to do that. And he said, no, you don't really have to. You get more knowledge and you will. But I said, then why would I? I was so difficult. And he said, because if you're wearing a hijab, you will not really be mixing with people that you shouldn't mix with. And I said, what do you mean? I mean, I'm not going to be mixing with, like, criminals, drug dealers. And he said, no, just in general, you wouldn't even be walking into those places. I said, well, what places? He said, places where people drink, and then they'll probably not act properly. And I had to admit, I said, yeah, he knows what's up. He never went to America, but he came from Ghana in Africa, so he knows what's up. Shiyuch usually know what's up. They don't have to go and sit in that country because they have Quran in their hearts, as we all should. Inshallah, I hope that this lesson was helpful. And I was going to do the next page, but I'm not. I'll make it another lesson because the next page is also awesome. And, well, the whole Quran is awesome. Every time I try to make lessons for you and limit it, I have to say, no, I want to make sure they understand and relate to it. And it's going to be difficult if they can't really cope with it. And it's not up to me. It's up to Allah. But when I get these urges about pages, this is what happens. 20 minutes. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.